Wonderful people. Hope you're all doing wonderful. Hope you're all doing fantastic and had a great weekend. Just going to quickly analyse what we're looking at this morning and in the build up to over the course of the week. So let's dive in. I believe we're live. Let me just double check. I want to make sure I'm here for you guys. Live, yeah. Live all over the place. TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. I think I'm on TikTok. So guys, called out in the Telegram group this morning. Currently running nicely in profit. About to hit the first TP. Hopefully. Which is at... Yep, there it is. Bing, just happened. So guys, let me just start. Yeah. So the trade I called out this morning was an 1839. Very, very, very tight stop loss. And the reason why is because we are against the trend, right? But I did see something that also happened last Monday, which was a double bottom. And if you can see here, it's now become an official, like, strong buy zone. You know, this is a load of mess for people that don't know what trading the markets is. But for me, it makes nice colors. So let's just analyze what I believe is upcoming this week. So first of all, there was going to be potentially the US government shutdown over the weekend if they did not pass the requirements in order to continue. Joe Biden decided to allow them at least another 45 days, which I personally believe that could have been the turning point for something like gold, which is what we're trading here, gold versus the US dollar, as you can see at the top here. So if the US dollar or the US economy is weak, it's not doing very well, then people will tend to move and start buying gold, which will push gold up. Having said that, the shutdown did not happen. Like I say, it's been extended for at least another 45 days. Now, you don't necessarily need to know this, but huge news like the 2008 crash, lockdown, shutdowns like this, they can affect the markets massively. So it's always best to not fully understand or engage in the fundamentals or the news, but certainly to know what's up and coming or what's expected, so that you can look at potentially what could happen. But having said that, it didn't happen. So I still believe we are on a downtrend for gold, which is what I have marked out my zones here. So if I just go on to sort out the bigger picture, it's still a mess. I like a mess, but anyway, try and keep it as clean as possible. So here you go. This is what I believe could be potentially this week's movement. So where we're at right now, when we started this week, was here at the 1839, 1840 area. We could see a push up into this supply area. If I just mark that out. I'll use the other one. Okay, push up into this supply area before we drop off, potentially back down to where we started. And if it's strong enough, then a continuation down to 1831 area. So, but like I said, that's not to say that we can't make money working both ways. So overall, I'm looking at sells for the bigger picture. But when there's potentially opportunities to buy, you take them. So this is what I called out this morning, and I'll show you why. Obviously, just to go over the strategy, I use this session bar color to change the candle colors to represent the session. So red in this instance is the US session, black is the Asian session, and green is London. Just so when you're quickly having a look at the charts, you can go, right, that's what session I'm in, and this is the highs and the lows of the previous session, which is where the markets can tend to go. Okay? Right. So, just bear with me. So I just got a message. I'll have a listen to that in a moment, I believe. So, yes. So anyway, going back to what I said, I'm expecting it to reach this area. And when it reaches this area, if it does, that's why I've labeled it potential. We're going to look to sell at 1853 area, again, with a 20 to 30 pip stop loss just above to, yeah, to make sure that we're safe. But all in all, I believe we're still going to continue down. So if I drag the Fibonacci from top to bottom, you can see this area is the 0.37. Now, on a rebound, I've noticed patterns with the rebound on a 0.37, so we could see that. I don't think there's enough strength for it to take it right back up into this area of the 0.85, which is where I like to trade from, or 0.76. I don't think there's enough strength to take it up there, but I'm not the market. I don't control the market, so I can only go off that. So if it does, I'll be looking to get in there. If it surpasses this area, hits the stop loss, I'll be looking to get in here, okay? But in the meantime, as I mentioned, we came out the Asian session. Asian session high is here at 1848. I'm anticipating that London's going to take this liquidity out, drag it up a little bit into this area. So we're going to look for a sell opportunity around this area when the US session opens at 1 o'clock. Okay. Why did I take this trade? Okay, so very, very similar to what happened actually, funny enough, last Monday. So if I look at last Monday, so first of all, why did I take the trade? Asian session low, okay, started to come up, and then London dragged it back down into the Asian session to make a double bottom, and obviously brought off the double bottom with a tight stop loss just underneath, in case obviously the markets started wanting to carry on down. Fortunately, it hasn't, and we're about 30 pips in profit, 25 to be exact, which is beautiful. So yeah, another reason I took this is if I go back in time to last Monday, guys. No, we can't go back in time in real life, but we can do this on the markets, which is what's great. Okay, where are we? Last Monday. Here we go. Last Monday. Wow. Still shocks me as the movement. Right, last Monday, as you can see here, guys, Asian session is in black. It's come down, pushed up a little bit, continued up a little bit more and rejected in the London session, right? Came back down and caused, what did it cause? A double bottom, right? Rejected this area and then continued up. So obviously I'm not going to say because it did that last time, that's what it's going to do this time, but it did that last week, rejected, continued up, back to this area, and then dropped off massively when the US session opened. Because remember, even though gold does move all the time, the markets have to be moving through all sessions when the markets are open. Gold is against the US dollar in this instance. So the majority of the time, the biggest moves are going to happen when the US banks and US markets are open, right? So let's look at that. It's come down, up, down, created a double bottom, and then drove up for, let's say, where did it? 46, 50 pips. Let's say 45 pips, right? Drove up. So let's see where that could take us today. Wow, it dropped massively last week. Jeez. Okay, so let's have a look where we're at right now. Go back onto the 30 minutes. Here's our double bottom. 45 pips could take us like potentially back to this 1845 area. I'm looking, like I said, ambition and all that, but looking at 1853, and we've got another 3 hours. 3 hours till the US session opens. So it's very, very possible. But again, we've also taken some profits already. Well, and like I said, TP1's been hit at 1843. So majority of the guys in the Telegram group are out the trade anyway. 30 pip profit made But for me, I've closed half off, and I'm going to see the next level is going to be this one here. Okay. And then we can see each time, because it's rejected here, so we could actually have break even right now, which is fine. But yeah, guys, so that's the trade for gold. That's the analysis upcoming. I do believe overall we are going to go down, but there's not to say that you can't make some buys in the market when it's happening. If you are interested in learning how to trade, I share everything in the groups. I, give you support and guidance to learn how to trade the markets yourself. Not something you're going to learn overnight. Again, down to the psychology things, getting things right and wrong in the markets and still being able to continue on, knowing that, if you're wrong, you've got to admit you're wrong. Because the beautiful thing I do like about Forex and trading as a whole is you can tell yourself certain things. You can live in a state of delusion, so to speak, in regards to on a day-to-day basis. You can say, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm doing all right. I'm not, I'm in decent health. I'm not as bad as that person. I'm this and that. Right. In the markets, you can't lie. You can't go into the market and say I'm an amazing trader, because the market's going to smash you. Like, it's going to tell you, yeah, right. You keep telling yourself that, but I'll just keep taking your money. Right. And this happens to me over and over again. And it happens to so many traders telling themselves they're not wrong. They're great at what they do. And it's a great thing to have in regards to keeping the motivation, the belief, and keep moving forward. But if you don't adjust to things, you don't analyze, you don't reflect and learn from it, the market's just going to keep taking your money. Like, you'll go in, you'll have a good day, maybe in a good couple of days, and then the market's just going to go, no, right? Because it is what it is. It's like, like I always talk about different analogies, like think about it in football, right? Football, for example, right? You can have Wolves beat Man City on the weekend, didn't they? Right? Do you think Wolves are now going to win the Premier League because they beat the best team, potentially the best team in the world, right, and the champions? No, they've had a good day. But if you good day and well deserved as well. But if they play like that every single week, they won't win every single week. And if they play Man City next time, they won't beat them next time necessarily, right? Why? Because Guardiola will turn around and he'll, look at what went wrong, how the weaknesses, how they could have done better, and come back and do it, make up for those lost 3 points. It's similar in the markets, guys. Like, if this comes down here now and hits stop loss, right, I'm going to think, right, okay, let's have a look where this could go, where our next entry is, and then execute, move forward, okay? It is a hard thing from a psychological point of view to keep doing that, because you know what I mean. But it's fun. It's so much fun. Like, honestly, like I love it. Like, seeing it, learning and growing from it, and seeing where I'm at now to where I was a few years ago. But if you guys are interested in learning the psychology side of it, the strategy side of it, using my strategy until you have your own, then feel free to use that. It does work. But if you're not interested, but you want to make some money from Forex, because it is here, it's been around longer than we've been alive. Every person watching this, it's been around longer than we've been alive, and it will continue to be around. And now we have softwares and AI that can do all the work for us. Just get in touch, because I can set you up to some incredible things. We've had another person pass the 200K challenge today. Took their account 13 days. Some have passed it in an hour. But obviously they have to stick to the 5 to 10 day trading conditions, meaning that there has to be at least one trade placed on the account for 10 days before they can consider pass. And then obviously they have to reach the target. But anyway, in 13 days, it's been passed. And now the real account certificate's been emailed, been sent over to her. She's happy. The live account will be up and running. And it's all go from there. So wonderful, wonderful stuff that we have access to now, guys. And I'm very, very grateful to be in a position to be able to offer these services for anybody that's wanting to get involved. But I've got a couple of messages here that I need to look through. And of course, I need to analyze the rest of the currencies for the week ahead. And yeah, guys, drop me a message if you want to get involved. I am ready to take